let's be real for a moment. Because everything that's been going on after what happened with Alex Pratty, I said we were going to be ground zero here in Minneapolis. We're there. We've been there for a minute. And we're doing such a beautiful job holding the line. But seriously, how many people does it take to just get certain individuals to wake up? You know, most of you know, my husband and I moved up here with our daughter to get away from the hate and the bigotry of the South. And I don't regret that decision. I don't. Even though it's gotten bad where we're at now, I have never seen so many people come together as a community. So many people willing to help each other despite age, sex, religion, gender, preferences, anything. The community here is just so beautiful. And, you know, I've cut them off. I've cut all of the people down south off. But every now and then, one or two messages get through. They want to know if I'm ready to end my foolishness and come home yet and admit I was wrong. You think I'm scared? You might be right. I am scared. But I will not bow down and comply with the monstrosities you tried to teach me in my entire life were right. Because they're not. You're wrong. And I refuse to be on the wrong side of history. It does not change my love for my husband. It does not change my love for my daughter. And if this is where I have to die on a hill, then you can bet your sweet ass I will die on that hill. I would rather stand my ground here with people who give a shit about what happens to me, my husband, my daughter, and everyone else around us. And I will make sure that I give as much love and protection and care as I can to them as much as they do to me. It is so painful when the closest person in your life tells you that Charlie Kirk had more of a right to live than Renee Good because she made a bad decision. And then goes to talk about how his word was the true gospel. My closest friend. Do you know how hard it was for me to cut her out of my life? The same person who about 20 years ago saved me from the path of self-destruction that nearly got me killed. I would not trade a single person in Minnesota right now for any of those fuckers down south. They're only concerned about being right. They're only concerned about getting their way. They can see all of this with their own eyes, and yet they still choose to believe what they're told to believe. I am ashamed to be from some of the lineage that I come from. I am ashamed of my Southern ancestors. I'm ashamed of my white ancestors. If I could cut it out of me, I would. I would much rather embrace my Cherokee heritage. I follow my Cherokee heritage more than anything, and I consider myself more Native American than I do a white woman, because those are the teachings I embrace. Those are the teachings I took into my life. And no one can look at me and see my exterior and see that. People who get to know me do. I am proud to stand on the front lines with you, Minnesota. No matter what the cost. I intend to fight for everyone. Black, white, green, purple, aquamarine, I don't care. People are people. Souls are souls. We all bleed the same. We all love the same. At least those of us who actually care and have empathy and sympathy. There is an evil rooted in this country, and it needs to be plucked at this core and removed. And I do believe with time that will happen. I am not giving up my hope. I will never back down from my hope. I have been giving you that message of hope since day one. But this is where we're at. And it's this point. Right now, it is this point that they are going to read about in history books in years to come. Please make sure you're on the right side of that, because this is not going to end well for those who think they have control and power and want to run this country on fear. We're not going to stop. We're not going to give in. We will die on this hill if that's what we have to. It is hard for me to tell people to be peaceful. I am a pacifist, and I will encourage peaceful behavior, but as I have said so many times, I am the pacifist who understands that you sometimes need war to ascertain peace. I am not a warrior in physicality, but I will use my tongue, I will use my words, and I will use my wit. And if it takes someone to take up the sword, I am not going to stop you. But for as long as we can, remain peaceful. Hold the line. The day of reckoning is coming. I don't know when, but not enough people are ready yet. They're getting there. Share your light. Keep hope alive.